Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now with the main headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi remarks on addressing religious issues during occultation. Shia Rights Watch condemns recent series of killings against Shia scholars in Afghanistan. UN Rights Chief criticized for not acknowledging oppression of Uyghurs on Genocide Convention. More than 80% of Americans consider refugees a serious problem, new poll says. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear viewers. This is Yunus Dawood and you're watching Shia Waves live from London, only on Imam Hussein TV 3. The daily scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Sayyid Sadiq al-Husseini Shirazi was held on Tuesday the 20th of Jumad al-Awwal. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi discussed the levels of wilaya and its necessity. Let's watch the statements of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi.
بنانیس این زن بی تکلیف بمونه در حرج. خود قرآن گفته ما جعل علیکم فی الدین من حرج. وقتی ما جعل علیکم فی الدین من حرج این زن را از حرج در میاره. وقت طلاق یا طلاق حاکم شرع میده اگه ممکن میسور باشه. اگه حاکم شرع میسور نباشه سایر مؤمنین که شیخ تو مکاسب بحث این را مفصل دارن.
In a statement received by Shia Waves agency, the organization said that it had learned from human rights sources that armed terrorist groups had committed a series of assassinations targeting a number of Shia scholars in Herat province over the past 2 weeks. Amid ongoing violations of the rights of the Shia citizens by the Taliban authorities, the Shia Rights Watch held the Taliban movement, which dominates power in Afghanistan, responsible for these terrorist crimes, demanding that it fulfill its role of protecting the Afghan people without any sectarian or racial discrimination. The organization also warned of the danger of the continuation of these serious violations against innocent people. It called on all local, regional and international parties to pressure to limit the deterioration of the human rights file in Afghanistan. On the 75th anniversary of the UN Convention on Genocide, the international body's human rights chief called on the global community to hold perpetrators accountable, but was slammed for failing to condemn the situation facing Uyghurs in northwestern China. The UN's High Commissioner for Human Rights, Turk, referenced past examples of genocide, including during the Holocaust and in Cambodia. At least 1.8 million Uyghurs and other Turkic minorities are believed to have been held in a network of detention camps in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region since 2017. Let's take a look back at today's main headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi remarks on addressing religious issues during the occultation. Shia Rights Watch condemns recent series of killings against Shia scholars in Afghanistan. UN Rights Chief criticized for not acknowledging oppression of Uyghurs on Genocide Convention. Also tonight, the UNMA calls for enhanced security and support for Shia Hazara communities in Afghanistan. The polling firm collected the opinions of 996 voters online about the issue of asylum seekers and the political parties' plans to address the issue. 81% of the participants consider illegal immigration to be a serious problem in America. The poll also shows that older voters are more concerned than younger voters about asylum seekers and consider it a very serious problem. To discuss this further, we have with us Shaber Bahir, international relations expert from Utah. Assalamu alaikum. I believe the call has been dropped, so we are going to move on to the next news. Now we'll continue with some short news. The Shia religious authority, Grand Ayatollah Sheikh Bashir al-Najafi, emphasized the importance of making the visits to the holy shrines an element of real change in the life of the visitor, if they intended for their visit to be accepted. Grand Ayatollah Najafi's speech came during receiving a number of delegations from Iraq and Iran. At the conclusion of the meeting, he prayed to the Creator and the Exalted to protect the believers from all evil and to guide them to the path of guidance and righteousness. The Misbah al-Hussein Foundation for Relief and Development discussed the transportation file on its last session on the Holy Karbala Vision project of 2030. This file is considered one of the most important files related to the project, as it is essential for transporting pilgrims to and from the holy city of Karbala during the Arba'in pilgrimage. The director of the foundation, engineer Abdul Sabah al-Kishwan, pointed out that last session saw some recommendations related to the study of the project. An opinion piece article published in one of Indonesia's most popular newspapers warned of the dangers of exploiting the Islamic religion by opportunistic politicians as a means of justifying their narrow worldly goals. The article, titled Religion and Politics Between Commodity and Opportunism, said that Amir al-Mu'mineen Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam was martyred by the sword of the Kharijite Abdul Rahman ibn Muljim following incidents by politicians aspiring to the position of caliphate under false pretenses. It added that the next tragic story in the series of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein ibn Ali alayhi salam on the land of Karbala after being besieged by the minions of the tyrant Yazid ibn Muawiyah, motivated by the need to preserve the political power that the latter seized. Investigations have been ordered after a Nigerian army drone accidentally bombed a religious procession in northern Kaduna, killing at least 85 people, including women and children. The attack on Sunday night took place as Muslims gathered there to observe the holiday celebrating the birthday of the Holy Prophet Muhammad. Amnesty International Nigeria office said 120 people were killed in the attack, citing reports of its workers and volunteers in the area. 2 bodies were found on Monday, with 9 more discovered on Tuesday, according to the National Search and Rescue Agency. 1 hiker remains missing and is presumed dead. Rescuers were able to save around 75 climbers and confirmed 11 dead following Sunday's initial eruption. Mount Merapi, a volcano known for its difficult to predict eruptions, is one of Indonesia's 130 active volcanoes. The United Nations Assistance Mission in Afghanistan, the UNAMA, has announced that Afghanistan has witnessed an increase in violence against Shia and Hazara communities in the past month in the province of Kabul, Balkh and Herat. The UN mission continues to call for support for individuals whose lives and properties are at risk under the Taliban rule. This comes in response to the recent attack on Shia Muslims in Herat province, which has prompted strong reactions. In the past month, dozens of people, including women, were killed and injured in separate attacks on a bus and a sports hall in the Hazara-populated area of Dashti Barchi in Kabul. Up to 2.8 billion people could be exposed to heat waves globally by 2090 in a high warming scenario, according to a report Tuesday by the International Organization for Migration, the IOM. This scenario predicts a significant rise in global temperatures due to increased greenhouse gas concentrations. The report says almost half of those potentially affected by heat waves, up to 1.3 billion, are projected to live in southern Asia. As part of its efforts to preserve the historic and architectural features and landmarks of the Imam Ali Holy Shrine, a specialized team has begun maintaining and restoring an ancient window in the Holy Shrine. Zaid al-Mashhadi, head of the Gold Workshop, explained that Mizab al-Dhahab window is located on the southern side of the Holy Shrine from the entrance of the women's section. He added that the maintenance and restoration work took 30 days and the work stages included maintenance of the window, nickel plating and glazed material and assembling it on the wooden frame in the final form before reinstallation. We have reached the end of today's Shia Waves show. Let's remind our day viewers of today's headlines. Grand Ayatollah Shirazi remarks on addressing religious issues during the occultation. Shia Rights Watch condemns recent series of killings against Shia scholars in Afghanistan. UN Rights Chief criticized for not acknowledging oppression of Uyghurs on Genocide Convention. More than 80% of Americans consider refugees a serious problem, a new poll suggests. The UNAMA calls for enhanced security and support for Shia Hazara communities in Afghanistan. Heat waves may affect up to 2.8 billion people worldwide by 2090, UN Migration Agency says. The Imam Ali Holy Shrine restores old window inside the Holy Shrine. You can view the latest news on Shia Waves website, and you can send news of your city or country to be published on our news agency. Contact us on the numbers at the bottom of your screen. This is the end of today's news. Thank you for all your watching, and we pray to Allah the Almighty to hasten the reappearance of the Mass of our time. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I am the partner of the sun, for he bows his head each night, so I may breathe. I am the resplendent sterling silver orb, accompanying the earth in unwavering